So in this video I'm going to be using the Kojie San soap under my arms every day for a week, just to see if it's going to help with some of my darkness and hyperpigmentations on there. So this is what the soap is looking like. I got the original one, and now there are so many varieties of this soap. I heard that they have the one they sell in China, which is also an original, and also the one they sell in the US. So it's very confusing. I'm going to leave a link to where you can get the original one in the description box below. Now this is what my underarm is looking like before. This is the right hand side, I believe, and that is what it's looking like. It's looking so bad, and I really need it to brighten up. So that's why I'm going to be using this every single day for a week. So you guys, let's come along this journey and let's see how this is going to work for me. So I started off by wetting it a bit, and then I just rubbed that under my arm in circular motion, just literally worked it in there. I quickly discovered that the easiest way to do this is to first wet my underarms and then go in with the soap, and that is what I did. So I left this on for 5 minutes. Then after 5 minutes it dries down like that, and then I just went ahead to wipe this off with a wet towel. Now this is day 2, and this is what it is currently looking like. I do not see any significant difference yet, so I just continued with it, wet my underarms, rubbed the soap in circular motion. I make sure to always like work it into my arms, leave it on for 5 minutes, and then just wash this off. So ensure you're washing this completely off of your skin. I've just been using a wet towel to take it off for the sake of this video, but as you can see here, I am inside my shower and completely washing it off. So day 3, again, the same process, just repeating the same process. As you guys can see, working it into my skin. Now I do want to say that this stuff stings. Like, as you guys can see, I shaved, so it was really stinging, and it was so harsh. So after 5 minutes, wiping that off, and this is what we have. Forgive the low lighting here, it was raining on that day. On day 4, this is what we have. This is actually when I started seeing significant difference, as you guys can see. This is when I was like, okay, this stuff is I'm not just wasting my time for a week, it's actually working. So again, the same process, rubbing that into my underarms in circular motions, and after 5 minutes I wiped that off. Guys, look at my underarms. At this point I was like, am I sure I'm seeing well? Anyways, I wiped that off, and that is what we have. Guys, this is day 7, and look at my underarms. Again, repeated the same process. I literally just rubbed that all over my entire underarms, and then I left it on for 5 minutes. Guys, ensure you leave it on for just 5 minutes, because if you leave it longer than that, it is going to burn. So after 5 minutes, I wiped it clean, and I am amazed. I literally said, wow. wiped it off, and this is what I do for aftercare. I've not been showing you guys, but this is what I do. This tends to leave your skin dry, so after using it, I like to go in with an oil or a lotion of any kind, just to get back my moisture. Now this is my underarm before this entire process. This is what it is looking like, and this is my underarm 1 week after. Guys, look at the difference. I mean, like, the difference is so clear. Although this left a little bit of bumpiness to my underarms, but it really helped with the hyperpigmentations and brightening. Now let's talk about my experience with using Kojie San to brighten my underarms for 1 week straight. With things like this, we always have the negatives as well as the positives. Let's talk about the negatives first. One thing I noticed from using this is that it was leaving my underarms bumpy. right? There's this texture that was leaving there. Maybe this is because of the fact that I was using it every single day, which doesn't work. Like, you don't want to be using this every single day. This was extremely drying out my underarms, and I think that's where the sensitivity comes in, if you know what I mean. And what I usually do is, right after using this, I go in with a moisturizer or oil on my underarms, just to, you know, bring back moisture. Another thing I experienced is this burning sensation. This was literally, again, this is due to the overuse of this, because I was using this every single day. You shouldn't be doing that. So there was this burning sensation, and also the matter of shaving. I could not shave, and because I was doing this for 1 week straight, you know, shaving was kind of an issue. And sometimes I did shave, and, you know, the burning tingling sensation will become unbearable. But then again, I shouldn't be using it every day, so that's on me. Now, one of my worst, I would say this is like the worst negative from using this, and that is I was scared of like my hands getting lighter, because I'm dark skinned. And if you guys watched my video on this, I'll have it linked in this video, where I said that I do not necessarily use this on my entire body. I use it on problem areas that I want to, you know, brighten up or lighten up. I basically use this as a treatment soap. I don't use it all over my body because I'm dark skinned and I don't want this to brighten my skin, if that makes sense. So I was using this, you know, under them, and there is that risk. It's not even risk, I feel like it's unavoidable, right? So it was like the runoff was coming off on my hands, because I was applying this with my hands, and my hands were getting super dry, super sensitive. And I was even noticing that in between my fingers were getting sort of light, and I was using this every single day. So I was thinking about it. Imagine if I use this like every day. Imagine, and this is just me using it for a week, and I was getting that reaction. So that was my fear. But one thing that I did think of is that if I start using gloves, you know, like those disposable gloves, to apply this, we could rectify that problem. So if you're dark skinned and you're scared of having that same issue, then you could definitely still do this, but you need to protect your hands with gloves. If you're light skinned, I know a lot of light skinned people who use this as their normal bathing soap. Of course, you are safe. Or if you're dark skinned, protect your hands, girl. Now let's talk about the positives. I noticed a significant brightening in my underarms. I'm sure you guys have seen this. If you watched the video from day 1 to day 7, you will notice that significant brightness that I'm talking about. I'll leave a video for comparison so you guys see what I'm talking about. Amazing. I was literally blown away. I think on day 3 is when I started noticing the brightening of my underarms. This really works in regards to that. And just to think that this is just a week, imagine if I use this for a month, imagine the difference that I would get. Also, another thing I want to say, I did mention this in the negatives, and that is it literally it helps to reduce sweating, and that is due to the fact that it dries out your underarms, which is a negative but at the same time a positive thing, because this helps you to reduce sweating, which who doesn't want that? I mean, come on. It helps to keep you under there fresh. I don't want to say it's due to the citrusy orangey smell, because the smell doesn't stay on. After a while the smell goes away, so I'm not going to say it's due to that. I think it's more so the fact that it dries out the skin, so it keeps that part fresh. You know, you're not sweating, so it just keeps it fresh and, you know, smelling fresh and just feeling fresh basically. Also, I noticed significant exfoliation with this soap. If you guys did not know, the Kojie San soap is a brightening, lightening soap, as well as an exfoliating soap. So this was really helping me exfoliate that area. My underarms literally feels very, very smooth after each use. Now, will I continue using Kojie San soap under my arms? Definitely I will. but like I said, I'm not going to be using it every single day because yeah, you don't want to be doing that. So I'll be using this, I think 2 or 3 times in a week. Just space it out. So this is best used at night time because yeah, it's very active soap, very ash, very potent soap, so you want to use it at night time. And also do not leave it on for more than 5 minutes. I made that mistake about 2 times during this whole experiment, and yeah, it burnt. Okay, it burnt. And also ensure that you're rinsing or washing it off entirely. Ensure that there's no trace of the soap left under your arms because it's going to be working over time, which will eventually lead to irritating your skin. It could literally burn your skin. And that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned a thing or two. Let me know in the comment section if you're going to try out Kojie San soap under your arms to brighten it up, or even on any other part of your body that you're trying to brighten up. Let me know in the comment section. Have you used it before under your arms? Let me know as well. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Click on the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a new video. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys in another one.